guys, I'm excited. It's been a while that me, Dan, and Butler have been able to hunt together. We get together usually during deer season at some point in time, but you know, we never get to always hunt together. So this spring turkey season is going to be the first turkey season and probably since college, so probably 10 years ago, that we all got to hunt together on a spring turkey. So we're going to give her hell. We're going to see what happens. It's going to be warm. It's going to be mid-80s next 2 days. But man, it's going to be fun regardless, whatever happens. So I'm going to be up to bat first tomorrow, then Dan and Butler getting down there mid-afternoon tomorrow, and then I'm going to become the cameraman and see if we can get something on film and see if we can turn something up. So hopefully we can get a bird striking up for us and give her the old 1-2 flop. So we'll see. But stay tuned. Should be fun. Should be exciting. And I can't wait. It's going to be a good time. So. Alright guys, it wouldn't be a road trip if we didn't break down. Sitting on the side of 77 right now, and not sure what's wrong with the old pickup truck, but just called 911. They're gonna send somebody out here. Hopefully we can just jump her and get her back going. I shut her off and then it wouldn't start back over, so we'll see. Might be getting towed home. Keep you posted. It's false alarm. We are back on the road. Not sure what happened, but the truck was definitely dead there for a while. I went to crank it over the last time and somehow it started. I'm not even sure. It was just sound like it was wow, wow, wow. And then it fired right up. So she's a trooper. She might be old. She might have a lot of miles on her, but she's still getting us to camp. So looks like we are going to make it there in a good time and be ready for the morning hunt. So stay tuned. Be coming at you.
Alright guys, it's about 4 o'clock. Just had a little bit of action here. I'm gonna end up packing up and getting out of here. I had worked that bird up this morning for about an hour or so, but he was henned up all morning and I knew that, you know, at some point in time he'd be coming back, so I got him to strike up about lunchtime and I've kind of been working him back and forth. I've been fighting up against some hens here for the last couple hours, but finally had him coming in on a rope, and that hen just snuck down in the woods right before he walked into the field and ended up cutting him off. I brought him a couple 100 yards off the other hillside, so it doesn't sound like I'm going to get it done today. He's off with another hen, but 2 of my best buddies are headed down here. They should be down here in the next hour or so, so I'm going to get back, go grab some lunch, and wait for them to come on down. So I'm excited. We're going to get out in the woods. We're going to hunt hard this week, and we'll see what happens. Alright guys, the original plan was for me to be the cameraman. So I got down here last night, and went out hunting this morning. Got a bunch of good footage. Unfortunately didn't get a bird on the ground. Called him in from a long way, and a hen ended up cutting us off. So anyways, no bird yet. We're heading out now. Maybe do a little hunting, maybe do a little roosting. We're gonna find out what happens, but hopefully we can get something struck up for the morning, and game on. I don't think he's that far away. He's definitely up there. So where's that? Man, I almost say if we can keep skating this out. Because if we drop down, this is that bottom. That's kind of open. But like once we get down there, it's straight up. I wonder if we almost skate this out and see what that looks like. Well, the property line goes like this, and then it goes like that, right? So we gotta, the property line's here. Alright guys, it's about 8 o'clock. The bird I was on this morning, we got him to hammer again, is in the same exact spot. We're just trying to figure out how we're gonna put a play on him in the morning. He's up on this knob, and literally it's straight up from both sides, and we're dealing with a property line as well. He's on the neighbor's property. We think we can get him to come across. I got him to come across this morning, but it's just gonna be where we're gonna set up. We heard some hens, so we know he has some hens with him, so we might not get any action in the morning, but come mid-morning, we might be able to get on him again. Right now we're trying to get him to gobble again so we can get a good location on him, but stay tuned. We're gonna get on him in the morning and we'll see what happens. Mike went to another property, probably a quarter-mile away, so not too far. He's listening over there. Hopefully we can get some birds going up over there too. Might have some more options for tomorrow morning. Right now we're just gonna wait out a little bit and see what happens. Alright guys, we got ourselves He's got a gobble. We got a coyote a couple hundred yards over here. And it's been able to get him to strike up twice. We've located him. He's right on the edge of that ridge. Kind of where we left him today. Now we gotta go back. Get ourselves a good game plan for the morning. But we know where he's at. Gonna have us a floppy bird in the morning, boys.
Unbreakable, unstoppable, I push to the edge and take it all. I'm born to be untamable, I go right to the edge and never fall. Born the fire, I'm taking it higher. Unshakable, unstoppable, I push to the edge and take it all. Take it all.
Well, Dan, it's a good day to be alive. It's a good day to kill a bird. That's about it for now.
Great interview. It's a hell of a bird, oh yeah.
Alright guys, the celebrity guest that finally made it in town showed in late last night. We were able to roost some birds. So I guess it just comes down to shooting them in the face. We're going to get after it this morning and bring you guys along with us. Stay tuned.
It does sound like he's down a little farther, doesn't it? Alright guys, it's about 7:15. We're up on this ridge. Kind of comes to a point where we're about as far as we can get. We got a fence line on this side that runs this way. And we had this bird down and up on the ridge across from us. And he probably gobbled 100 times this morning. We had a hen fly down. And right on this fence line, there's a field. She flew out, kind of worked her way into the field a little bit, and came back to about 10 yards. Kind of worked right down in front of us. Came out. I thought it was going to be a good setup because she was kind of working away. And he stayed on the roost for about another half hour. And then he finally flew down. We have a field here, and then a field up there on the back side of the ridge he was on. And it sounds like he's kind of working his way off out into that field, so I'm assuming he's probably with the hen. But yesterday late morning he fired up and started, getting active again. So I'm guessing once he gets done breeding those hens that's out in that field, he'll probably start working his way out back towards us. I don't know if he's gonna come through the bottom or work the same contour around through these fields. But either way, if he steps in the woods, I got a 20-yard shot. And if he comes up over this hill, he's gonna be right in our lap, so should be a good morning. Got a bunch of deer coming through this morning. Had the hen on camera. So, got some snacks, got some coffee. It's gonna be a good sit, so stay tuned. We'll keep you guys posted.
Alright guys, it's noon right now. we just decided to come out. Haven't heard anything for the last probably 3 hours now, but I'm sure he's still there. I've hunted him 3 other times, and he pretty much just works that whole ridge. So we're gonna head back to the cabin right now. We're gonna grab some lunch, kind of get another game plan, but we haven't had any other birds working real good for us, so we might be after him again. So we'll see what happens, but we might be back here this afternoon. He was lighting up before he hit the roost last night, so maybe if he gets done with his hens, he might be interested in playing. So we'll see what happens, but we're gonna grab some lunch and take you guys along with us. What, so you were on the same bird we were on?
No.
Oh.
No, this morning, when I was up there,
Just give us the play-by-play from
well, I'll tell you, like, when you guys left,
Where did you start out at here?
I stayed at the top, you know, when you guys left. And then just sat there and listened. And then I heard a gobble. And where I thought I heard it was down below the horse barn, behind Rochelle's. So I went up further and kept going up further, and then I realized it was, I went up on the hill in the hayfield there. And then, so then I drove to the green place and sat there and listened to your bird gobble for a long ass time. I was just like, well, let's see what happens here, you know. And I'll listen for other birds. And then I heard a bird fire off back towards the cabin, like just real faint, you know. So then I came back and tried to locate more by Rochelle's cabin on the hill there, and then I heard it back even further, but it seemed like it was real far away, you know. So then I just came back and parked by the hay bales there down below the lean-to where the horses are, and I walked that fence line back, and then walked the fence line that me and you were on when we were hunting during new season. And I just followed that all the way around, locating, didn't hear nothing. And then got to the orange gate, got over the fence, located, and he fired up just below where the triple tree stand, right?
Yeah.
So you know how like that clump of trees is right there? And it kind of dips down and then dips back up and then it drops down into the woods. His ass is gobbling just in the woods.
So he's roosted the same spot he was with me and Rat.
So then I just kept locating and listening to him gobble because I didn't know exactly what it was.
It's plenty light by now.
Oh yeah, it's, you know, I don't even know. I mean, it was early, 6:30, 7. He's on the ground, you know. And so I get to the clump of trees because I realize he's, you know, he's just inside the woods. And then I just kept inching forward and I got up on the fence line and just sat there, and dude, he's just going nuts, just right over the edge. But
No hens?
Well, just wait. So, and I mean, he's so close I can hear him drumming. I can hear his feathers shaking, you know. He's that close gobbling. Yeah, he's just inside the woods. Like just inside, but it drops down.
Like across the fence on the other guy's property? Or
No,
on Dick's
he's
property?
on Dick's property. Yeah. So here's the fence line, and you know how it drops down right there. And like I'm probably 10 yards from the woods. Yeah, so I'm sitting on the fence line like in some brush, and it's tall brush and stuff. So I'm just sitting there, calling to him, and he's just gobbling, and I can hear him drumming down in there. And then I hear a hen start calling, and it's, you know, more towards the road that goes to that back pasture. So I start calling with her, getting a fighting match with her. Call her all the way over within 10 yards. She walks 10 yards. I'm like in this tall brush, like she can't even see me, so all I see is her head coming through, you know.
She's in the pasture?
She's in the pasture 10 yards from me and walks right past me. I'm like, oh, this is going to be perfect. And she just kept looking for me, working her way behind me. So now I'm between her and that bird, or the gobbler. I'm like, dude, he's got to come up here. I'm pretty certain that bird doesn't like getting called to.
You wouldn't come?
No, heck no, he wouldn't come, and I kept working. If hindsight now, I would have just, when he's gobbling, I didn't know where he was.
Yeah.
And it's so thick, you know. Like I would have just snuck to the edge and shot him.
Yeah.
So he was
Like
within
it
40
didn't
yards.
Oh, he had to have been. Like I said, I mean, I could hear his freaking feathers shaking.
It's crazy.
And he sat there, and we went back and forth forever.
Our midday story came and went. We quickly found ourselves in the pickup truck headed back down the road, trying to strike up that midday gobble. After 4 or 5 stops, we were unsuccessful. We couldn't get anything to strike off in the midday. So we headed back to the farm to find the boys scrambling to get the hay bales in before the rainfall. After lending a hand, we quickly find ourselves sitting around telling stories and chit-chatting. Even though we didn't make it out that night, I wouldn't give up those times with friends or family for anything else. Having these boys back in camp is something I'll never forget. We found ourselves telling stories into the night. The morning came quick.
After 7 right now. We didn't get on the birds this morning like we did yesterday. It's a little slow this morning. We were up on top of the ridge behind us, and we heard them calling over here that up in here is another property we can't hunt. We're gonna see if we can draw them down and see if we can potentially come across the road. But today's the last day of the season. It's not looking good, but see if we can get this bird fired up. He's the only one making noise this morning, so we'll see what happens. If not, we had an awesome year, and we'll be back next year. Try our luck again. So. Call this Cat Road Shuffle. Come on.
Sound like me too.
Alright guys, 2021 turkey season goes to a wrap.